a smoothie will do a body good. While I wait for people to jump on the live, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are having, well, LoveTank is hosting a grounding within your relationships this Sunday at 7 p.m. If you haven't got your tickets yet, then go ahead and grab your tickets at livelovetank.com. The tickets are on there. They're only $8. I'll typically host my book club at that time, but the book club will be postponed and we will be having the Love Tank grounding event. It's pretty much like a tank talk. If you have actually physically had the opportunity to be at a Love Tank talk, you know exactly what they're in store for. I am going to be dropping gems at this grounding event. I know that a lot of times we have been struggling with trying to understand how to ground ourselves within our relationships, our intimate relationships, our business relationships, our personal relationships, and our friendships. So I have a great presentation prepared for you guys, and I really want you guys to join this Sunday grounding with, Love Tank Talks. So before I get started, this is Love Theory by LoveTank, where I deep dive into my new book, Love Theory, and I kind of go over the quotes within here. So if you do have the book, grab your book. We're going to be on page 9. Yes, we're going to be on page 9 today. So for those of you just joining currently, I just wanted to remind you about the grounding event this Sunday. This Sunday at 7 p.m. The tickets are on my website, livelovetank.com, and you can purchase them. And then I will give you a Zoom code to join the call. Okay. I hope everybody's doing great. I will try my best to answer any questions that arise during this session. It is Monday, 12 o'clock, 12:19, and some people are probably still asleep, but I am not. I have mowed the lawn this morning, did my devotion, and really excited about the next 7 days because I've been fasting for 14 days, and it has been hard, to say the least. It's been hard. So I am hopeful for the next 7 days. Devotion this morning with Bishop was amazing. And I can't wait for the rest of the week. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Please share this video if you can. If you have not yet purchased Love Theory. Love Theory is available on livelovetank.com on sale. You can also get it from Amazon, but it's not on sale on Amazon. So Love Theory is I pretty much put jewels in here for the community, for your family, for your friends. There are tons of quotes in here. Those are my notes. There's tons of quotes in here that you guys can talk about and discuss amongst each other. Today we're going to be discussing page 9. Page 9. So for those on Facebook, you can't see the quote because it is blinding with the ring light. So, whatever you put your time, energy, and money in will become more important. Never let it become more important than your relationship. Let me read that quote again. Whatever you put your time, energy, and money in will become more important. It's the first thing. Whatever you put your time, energy, and money in will become more important. Never let it become more important than your relationship. So let's dive into that. Whatever you put your time. So in the past few months, we have had nothing but time. Time has been allotted to us. Time has been provided to us. And whatever we did during that time could potentially have become more important than our relationships. So if it's money, if it's if it is sex. I know a pastor that I've been following because of my book club had been talking a lot about pornography and how that had came over him, and he had spent a lot of time on porn sites, and that was the driving force in his life. That can potentially be something that you engage in, and it becomes more important than your actual relationships. And in that case, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just important in your actual intimate relationship with your partner. It could be more important than the relationship with your children, with your family, and also your business relationships. So whatever you put your time in, if you are fixated on something, that something can potentially become more important than your spouse. If you are focused on something, that focus, whatever you're honing in on, whatever your fixation is, can be more important than your relationship. So for those of you just joining, we are in my book, Love Theory by LoveTank, which is available on livelovetank.com. And we are discussing page 9 in the book. And the quote reads, whatever you put your time, energy, and money in will become more important. Never let it become more important than your relationship. So for those who know me, know that I've always said energy is everything. I will walk into a room and I will talk about energy, the importance of energy. Before energy started to be so popular now, I talk about energy. Okay? This energy, whatever, it could be TV, it can be a friend, it can be a hobby. Whatever that is, naturally, we get excited about new things. We get excited about new movements. We get excited about protesting for something great. So let me make this emphasis. Black Lives Matter is a big deal right now. And we can easily get so caught up in watching what's going on in the world. We're on our phones, we're constantly scrolling, we're constantly reposting, we're constantly sending things to other people. You have a beautiful being laying next to you, but you're so constant with your scrolls. You're so constant with your energy focused on what's going on with Donald Trump, what's going on with Kanye, what's going on in the politics, what's going on with Black Lives Matter, who passed away this week. We are scrolling, right? A lot of people like to watch those fights on Facebook and Instagram, and who has the best outfit. We're scrolling, and we literally, time passes by, and before you know it, it's 1 a.m. and you spent all of your time on social media. How do you think, what makes you think that that is not going to directly impact your relationships? We have to make sure that whatever we put our energy in has to be good seed, because we can get caught up just by scrolling, just by conversating. And you have to be mindful of those things. You can't just allow time to pass by and you're so fixated on whatever's going on in the world that does not directly benefit you. And then here you are, your spouse comes in, what about me? What about our time? I know that I sometimes get so caught up in what I'm doing for LoveTank that I forget to reach out to people. And I hear those people reach out to me and say, you forgot about me. You haven't had time for me. It goes the same with any relationship. when you get so, I think the biggest lesson that I've learned with energy, with time, is that during COVID, I've had nothing but time to reflect, to manifest greatness within my life, to heal, to understand dynamics of who I am, what I want to become, who I am becoming, and creating more positive energy in my spaces. And with all that, it's a good thing, right? It's a good thing focusing on your energy, focusing on yourself, honing in on yourself in these last months. But I've also realized that it is so important for me. Yeah, I wrote a book. The book is great, and it's helping people, and that's the goal, to make sure that it's helping people. But what happens is, all of this time has passed, and I worked for all these companies, and I put all my energy in every other company but my own. I've created jobs for people. I've modeled. I've done some acting. I've done all these things. I've worked for companies. I've moved up in companies. I've been a manager. I've done everything that you could possibly be for multi-billion-dollar companies. I made positions for other people to have jobs, and they are thriving. But I spent my time and my energy focused on these companies where now all I have is a great resume to show for it. But what about my relationships? Because I spent so much time and energy within these companies that I forgot about the importance of my relationships. I literally would be at these jobs for hours, the entire day, 12-hour days, 13, 14-hour days, thinking I was doing a good thing. Yeah, I was making lots of money. But the quote says on page 9, whatever you put your energy in and money will become more important. I missed funerals. I missed baby showers. I missed birthdays. I missed so many things because I was so fixated on the thought that I had to be at these jobs. And I did not focus on my relationships. If COVID has done anything for you, what I've learned is that my relationships are just as important as money, just as important as career. My relationships are just as important as the jobs. My relationships are just as important as health. So why are we so easily influenced by putting your energy within the world for other people, for other jobs, but we don't do it for our own relationships? People in jobs literally create relationships easily. You know why? Because that's where people spend majority of their time. If people know me, they probably know me from a job. They probably know me from a job. My biggest support when it comes to my own business are people that I've worked with. Why? Because they know my work because of the jobs that I've been in. But when I reflect and think about why I put so much energy within everything else that I have to, because I know I can do it. I've done it before with multi-billion-dollar companies, so why not do it for LoveTank? That's what it really boils down to. And what I realize is that same energy that's allocated there has to absolutely be allocated within all of my relationships. All of my relationships. Because the energy that I put into jobs, the energy that I put into career, I'm still the girl that is going to make sure that I share the emphasis of relationships and the emphasis of love. That's what it boils down to. So I'm not discrediting any type of job that you've done, but realize this: you are literally just a number. And when it comes down to it, What do your relationships have? Because when I tell you, I have worked with people, I have met with people that have missed important things, and their relationships lack because they spent all of their time at work. So now that we have time back, we have the ability to focus our energy on our relationship. So for those who are just joining us, I wrote a book called Love Theory. Love Theory is available on Livelovetank.com. And we are discussing page 9, and it reads, whatever you put your time, energy, and money in will become more important. Never let it become more important than your relationships. Never let it become more important than your relationships. Never let it become more important than your relationships. Time. You can't get time back. And the biggest thing that people like to do is waste time. You cannot get back time. What you do with your time matters. Whatever it is, whatever your passion is. I don't know if you've seen that LoveTank quote come out today on the LoveTank app. But whatever your passion is, we have to make sure that our energy is focused. Our time is precious. This world loves to take our time. But what they can't take is our mind. So the same energy that you put in everything else that you love, the good and the bad, don't allow it to influence and take away from your relationships. Your relationships need the same amount of importance and the same amount of passion that you have with everything else in your life. They need us. It's not you put all your energy through whatever your passion is throughout the day and then you just give them the rest. Who wants an empty tank? They deserve a full tank. The same amount of ambition, the same amount of passion, the same amount of energy, the same amount of thrive. Your spouse, your loved one, your niece, your nephew, your mother, your father need a full tank when you come to them. So keep in mind, whatever you put your energy in, that you have to make sure that you're giving it to your relationships, all of your relationships. Sometimes it's just a phone call. Sometimes it's just a text. Sometimes it's just, hey, let's, take a bath together tonight. Let's do a tank challenge. Let's do something different. Let's talk. Let's answer questions. Do something, but make sure that you're putting the same energy that you put into everything else into your relationships. So for those of you that have not gotten Love Theory, please grab Love Theory. We are weekly doing these live videos. So you're not alone just trying to figure out what the quote means. I'm here. We can talk about it and discuss it together. It's available on Livelovetank.com. On my website, it's on sale for $15.99. If you did want to go to Amazon, you can get it on Amazon, but it will be $19.99. And I appreciate your time and your efforts to join this live today, because you could be anywhere else on Monday, but you decided to be with LoveTank. And check out this new merch, okay? I just dropped this merch. Just check it out. Hold up. Wait a minute. We got the back too. Ooh. Livelovetank.com, because we are a movement. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Podcast comes out on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So check it out. And thanks again. Have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your Monday. And make sure that we are investing the same amount of energy that you invest in everything else in your relationships. Okay. Thanks, guys.